diabetic coma over here. Looks so good. All right, another new state law has California courts treating pets as family members. Finally, judges now have the power to assign sole or joint ownership depending on what's in the best interest of your animal child. Activists love this new law, but some fear it's a slippery slope. And here to tell us more about it is certified family law specialist Leena Hingnikar. And we really thank you for joining us. I think my first question has to be this. Do we need now to get pet prenups?
That's a really good question. And I don't know that we know, but I think it's possible. And I think that we're seeing a rise in prenups anyway. Couples are getting married later on in life. They've got assets already when they're getting married. So if they're coming in to get a prenup anyway, why not discuss how your pet ownership will go if and when you get a divorce?
And how is this law different than previous California law? Does it require judges to consider pets in this way?
It doesn't require judges to do anything, but it does give judges more of a framework for what they should do if and when a party asks them to do it. They can look at the pets and what's in their best interests and see who's taking care of the animal, who's paying for the animal, who's taking the animal to vet visits, and all that
Who
stuff.
has a bigger connection with the animal?
Right. They may be taking testimony.
I was going to say, how are they
They may be taking testimony. We don't know.
Yes, ask the dog who he loves more.
No, we giggle about this, but this is a very contentious issue among couples when they split up. Pets are like your children, and so it's real. This is a very real issue.
It's very real, and it causes a lot of problems. And, you know, we often find ourselves telling our clients, hey, I don't know if this is worth fighting about because you're going to spend so much money, and the court only has the ability to divide your pet as property. So award it to one or the other. They can't make a schedule.
I'll take the ear and the head.
How many times have you heard people are just staying together for the pets? You know what I mean? They would break up otherwise. Hey, I want to talk to you about another breakup law with all these new laws coming up. Divorce of the two-legged kind, okay? So there was a change in alimony and whether you're allowed to write it off. Can you explain?
So the prior law was that payor spouses, the person paying the money, could take a deduction on their tax returns for the alimony that they were paying, and the person receiving the alimony would have to claim it as income on their tax return. Now the payor spouse no longer can take that deduction on their tax return, so we're sort of in this gray area of trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And since we're on...
I wonder, don't you wonder why that they made that change?
I don't know why they made it, but it's here now, and we sort of have to figure out what to do about it. So now we're on January 3rd.
And you've got a bunch of divorces like being
People rushed it, right? Didn't people rush?
We were rushing so many cases at the end of the year to try to get them entered before the end of the year, to the point where the court said, we're not taking any more emergencies. We know what you guys are trying to do.
Can you imagine, though, if you're the payor spouse, a male or female, and you are, you know, supporting someone, say it's $100,000 a year that used to come off the top of your income, and you wouldn't be paying taxes on it. That's a big blow financially.
It's a huge blow, but we don't know if it'll be adjusted accordingly or not. So the judges may take that into consideration when they're figuring out how much in alimony this payor spouse is going to be paying long term because they can no longer take the deduction. We just haven't seen any orders be made.
So it may hurt the person who's getting the money because the pay would be reduced because the judge is trying to adjust.
Exactly. Or it could be in the amount that they would have been getting anyway. We have no idea.
This is all so new.
Yep.
It's uncharted territory.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Especially with the pet prenup. I love this new law. You know, we got to protect Fido.
We do.
We'll be back. More stories coming up.